you be my hero? Please come capture me, haunted the weak below. Wait and have a be.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have this makeup tutorial for you. It is a bronze goddess makeup tutorial. That's what I'm going to label it anyways. It is a bronzy, really kind of romantic, sultry eye with no wing liner, and then a kind of goldy, peachy, glossy lip with, of course, sun-kissed, dewy skin with a lot of highlight and a lot of bronzer, just like you've been kissed by the sun. I absolutely love how it turned out. Usually I sit down and film my makeup tutorials and I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no plan. Maybe I have like a little bit of an idea, but I just kind of run with it with you guys as I'm filming. That's how I usually do them. So sometimes they're a hit, sometimes they're a miss, sometimes you guys never get to really see them. They'll never go live on YouTube. But I love how this one turned out. I did notice halfway through the tutorial, I was like, damn, I'm wearing a lot of rose gold. I'll link everything I'm wearing down below. I'm wearing rose gold and like kind of blush or nude. And then I'm doing a bronze gold eye. I was like, damn, I don't know if the outfit's gonna go with my makeup. I was worrying a little bit. But I think it works quite nicely all together. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this makeup look, then just keep on watching, and it's also a really chatty one for you as well. So I'm just going to be starting off using MAC's strobe cream, and this is in the shade Goldlite. It's got a really nice kind of like iridescent gold finish to it, so it's going to give us the illumination that we want, and it's going to highlight the skin really nicely. You can just use it on top of your foundation as a highlighter, or you can use it underneath, and that's going to give us that kind of really nice dewy finish. As you can see, it's given like a really nice kind of iridescence glow to the skin. It's really nice like on its own if you're having a no makeup sort of day. Then I'll be using the PS Pro Illuminating Primer. I got this from Primark and I believe it was like £3 or £4. I really like it. It's a really good base and lets your foundation stick to it. It also gives a really nice illuminating factor. It is a little bit white when you start off, but when you've put your foundation and everything on, it just gives a really nice glow and dewy finish to the skin. So as you can see, this is further giving our skin a really nice glow, and it's a really good primer as well. I don't know about you guys, but I have to do my base before I do my eyes. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because I have dark circles and I can't vision the eyeshadow. That's what I say, it's because of my dark circles. I need to correct everything before I can kind of vision my eyeshadow. I know I've mentioned this before in another tutorial as well, but I always have to do my base. Like, I always get confused when people do their eyebrows first or their eyes first, because I'm like, how do you see the rest of your face? But everyone does it differently. I just need to do my base first. Next, I'll just be using a little bit of MAC's Fast Response Eye Cream. I feel like you can tell when you really like a product when it is literally, you've got to squeeze it like the end of it like toothpaste to get it out. I really need to get another one of these ones. I gotta keep it clean, you know. I don't want no nose hairs getting in the way of my game. Now for foundation, I'm going to be using the NARS Pure Radiant tinted moisturiser, and this is in the shade Anurpurna Medium 2. Now this guy is really damp. I find that the damper the sponge, the more easier it's just gonna kind of like blend out onto the skin. It's probably not true, but I just find that it works for me. For concealer underneath my eyes, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Concealer, and I believe this is in the shade Medium Tan. I'm usually the shade Medium Tan in absolutely every concealer, so it's a little bit easier for me. I've not picked this up in ages, so I'm just going to see how I get on with it. As usual, I'm just going to take it underneath my eyes in an upside down triangle form, and then I'm just going to blend that out with a damp beauty blender. I've forgotten how much I love the colour of this concealer. It's perfect, kind of more or less exactly skin tone. Then I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, and this is what I've been using recently since BeautyCon. Now, I don't really have a technique to putting this product through my brow. I kind of just go for it. Spoolie, and I like to just brush through just so I've got more of a faded part at the front, and then it goes a lot a lot darker. Big ass eyebrows are done. I'm going to be moving on to priming my eyelids. So as per usual, I'm going to be using the MAC soft ochre paint part. You guys have seen me use this so many times. You can use it on its own, or you can use it as a primer underneath eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pop this all over the lid up to the brow bone, and then I'm just going to buff that out using a damp beauty blender just to make sure that it's really nicely blended. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Banana. You can also set underneath your eyes with this, and I'm just going to set this primer in place. Now what this does is I do this all of the time before I start putting eyeshadows on, because this primer is a little bit tacky to the touch. So if you start going in with eyeshadows and blending on top of this, I find that it kind of sticks to the primer and doesn't blend easily. So you just want to set the primer with a loose powder or a bone coloured, skin coloured powder. It could just be your face powder, anything that's a powder, just to set before you start adding your eyeshadow on top. So once I've set my primer, I'm going to be using the MAC 224 brush, and I'm going to be using the Morphe 350 matte palette. It is absolutely stunning. I love this palette. I try not to use it. I've used it in so many tutorials. I'm trying not to. I just can't. I'm going to be taking this orangey colour here. Now I'm not going to lie to you guys. I kind of don't know what I'm doing for the eyes yet. I just know I want like a bronzed goddess makeup look. So I'm going to go in with the orange to start off with, and I'm going to mix it actually with a little bit of this kind of, not mauvey brown, but a brown that I would describe as like kind of similar to Wedge from MAC. Just mix it with that colour. I'm then just going to pop this into my crease, just doing windscreen wiper motions, buffing it side to side in my crease. I've done that. I'm going to go into this kind of burn orangey brownish shade at the bottom here, which is very similar to like Saddle by MAC. I'm sorry, I do reference MAC Cosmetics quite a lot just because I am very familiar with their products. So it is a little bit like Saddle. Saddle happens to be my all-time favourite eyeshadow by MAC. And I'm going to pop this into the crease and then take that into my inner corner and my outer corner. Now you just want to build this product up until you achieve the depth and the darkness that you want. A bronzed goddess kind of makeup look, which is my go-to and my absolute favourite. But my outfit is shouting rose gold, right? It's shouting dusky pink rose gold, and I'm going for bronze. So I don't really know how that's going to work out. It might not look great. Now for a little bit more depth, I'm going to go into the Melt Cosmetics Brush Stack, which I can't get enough of. Thank you so much, Lauren, for purchasing this for me. I use it like every single day. And I'm going to use this shade Rot, just with this same Morphe brush, just getting it on to just the tip, because I want to add a little bit of depth back in to the crease again, and then in my inner corners I'm going to add a little bit more depth there. Starting off with my outer corner, and then taking this in to my crease. I always get shook when I'm using dark colours, because if you go too heavy handed in with a dark colour, then that is it. It's game over. That's all your blending gone down the drain. Back into my Morphe 350 matte palette, I'm going to go into this saddle-like colour again. And then I'm actually just going to pop this underneath my lower lash line just to smoke it out. I love smoking it out. It makes it look a lot more sultry and smoky and really pretty, I think. And then when I do my lower lash line, I kind of just extend it outwards as well to create more of like a cat eye look. Now for the centre part of the eye, I want to add a little bit of shimmer. I like it as it is, so I don't want to mess it up, but I do want to add a little bit of shimmer just to this lighter area of the eye that you can see. So I'm going to be using my Violet VOSS Pro Holy Grail palette. I absolutely adore this palette. It's got beautiful shades in it, and I'm actually going to be taking Toffee, which is like a goldish colour. And then after Toffee, I think I'm probably going to put a lighter colour on top, but I haven't decided what. So we'll start off just with a bit of Toffee. Do you know what? I kind of figure that I like Toffee as it is, so I'm just going to leave it. And then just taking that Morphe tapered brush again, I'm just going to use this just to kind of buff out the areas around Toffee, just to make sure that that's not harsh. Now to highlight, I'm going to be using MAC's highlighter in Oh Darling. This one is pretty busted, but I can't get my hands on a new one, of course. And I'm just going to be popping this just on the brow bone, and I'm going to be adding a little bit just in the inner corner, just to add a really nice kind of bronze goddessy dewy look. Then I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. If you guys know me, you guys know that this is my absolute favorite mascara of all time. I'm going to be adding tons of this to my natural lashes. Lashes, I'm going to be using the Queen Bee lashes by KOKO lashes. These ones are a little bit beat. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've worn these like 5 times already. That's what I love about lashes. If you take care of them, you can wear them. I do actually like Queen Bees when you've kind of worn them a little bit more, because they get a little bit of feathery towards the end and they're not as kind of clean cut as they first are when you first get them. Now, to be finishing the lashes off, I'm going to be using a little bit of MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash, and I really like this because I love the wand of it. So the wand is really narrow, really sturdy, and it's perfect just to get into the bottom lashes as well. I'm just going to run that down my lower lashes until they are really long and super black, and I like to do about 2 or 3 coats, I would probably say. So now that the eyes are completely finished and I really like the way that they've turned out, I'm going to be highlighting, which is one of my favourite parts of the makeup tutorial. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills that Glow kit. Now, I believe this is the first glow kit that she came out with. I haven't picked it up in a tutorial for ages. It comes with these 4 beautiful shades. I used to use it all the time. I haven't done, so I thought I'd just pick it up again. And I'm going to actually go in with Dripping Gold. Dripping Gold is more like a kind of sheen as opposed to a really glittery highlight. I'm not really into glittery highlights, if I'm honest with you. So as you can see, it's just more of like a natural glow, kind of like a sheen, which is what I wanted. Now I'm going to go back into that palette and I'm just going to take a fan brush and I'm going to go in to Sunburst. Now Sunburst is kind of like very bright for me, so I'm just going to pop this just on the highest points of the cheekbones. Then, seeing as this is like a bronze goddess look, I'm going to be using Give Me Sun by MAC and just using the Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush. It's just like a contour brush. You can use any kind of fluffy brush. I'm just going to be using that just to bronze up my cheeks and my temple areas a little bit. So the reason why I've gone in with my highlight first and then my bronzer is just because I've noticed that I used to do my highlighter afterwards, but when I did it afterwards you would see like the stripe or the colour of highlighter that wasn't so blended very well. So if I do my highlighter first and then I do my bronzer on top, it looks like I'm glowing from within, or the skin is just really dewy. Contour brush, I'm going to go into the Sigma Coeur de Rosa powder, which is a blusher. It's just a beautiful kind of coral shade, so sticking with the warm earthy bronzy tones, we're just going to add a little bit of coral to the cheeks. So I'm just going to add this to the apples and then just blend it out. Now for lips, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Kate Moss line in the shade 46. Now its colour is kind of like a peachy tone, orangey peachy. It's not pinky at all, it's quite warm, so I feel like it's going to go quite nicely with this bronze look. Now, even though this lipstick has a little bit of a sheen and I'm absolutely digging the colour, I can't believe I've not picked this colour up for such a long time. Do you guys ever find that like something is at the back of your pile, you've actually ever never used it, or you think you never liked it? That was kind of like one of these colours, but I absolutely adore it on the lips. Even though it has got a sheen to it, I want to go for a really nice glossy lip. So I'm going to be using MAC's lip gloss, and this is in the shade Nymphette. It's kind of like a duo colour. It's got gold, pink, it's like an iridescence, which I kind of like. Yes. I'm loving this look. So now that our makeup look is complete, I'm just going to be spritzing a little bit of the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus just all over the skin. And what this is going to help do is just kind of get rid of any powderiness, make sure that the makeup sinks in and everything looks a little bit like skin. It's also going to add a little bit of a glow and some dewiness to the skin as well. So that is it, guys, for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I absolutely love how the look turned out. I know you guys enjoy like bronzy nude makeup looks just like me. I'm all about the bronze, all about the nude. Leave me all your requests down below as to what you would like to see next from me. If you are new to my channel, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, which I believe is down below. And I love you guys so much. I do read all of your comments, so make sure that you do just interact with me down in the comment section below. And until next time, I'll see you in my next video.
Won't you be my hero?